Today I'm going to show you how I did this Mickey Mouse birthday shirt. I'm going to show you how I got this little Mickey and how I downloaded the font and also the little hands. So the first thing I did, and the first thing I recommend, is for you to look for the font that you want. I know this font isn't available through the Cricut design space. So what I did is that I go into defont.com, and here it is, defont.com, and the name of the font is Waltograph. So once you find Waltograph, which is like the little Disney font, you want to download it into your computer, and it's going to download and show a little folder down here. Once the little folder is downloaded, then you click it and you press install. And then once it's installed into your computer, you want to come back to the Cricut design space, and you have to refresh the page. So I'm not going to refresh it because I already have it, but you have to refresh the page, and then it's going to be on there. You go into your text and it'll show, let me show you. So you go into your text and it's going to show under system, and you're going to search for Waltograph. So you have to install it first, refresh the design space, and then search for it under the system in fonts. Okay, so I moved the letters to the side so you can kind of see the way I have the Mickey. Let me change the color because I feel like you can't really see. Let me see, where is it? So I changed the background color. I just pressed the shapes and I added a square. I unlocked it and made it into this big rectangle. I sent it to the back, right here, sent to back, just so I can kind of get an idea of how the actual shirt is going to look, because the shirt is black, and this is how the client, I guess, wanted it. So I kind of do this just to show them and give them an idea of how it's going to look before I actually cut it. So the way I got this little Mickey was I just went into Google and I searched for Mickey Mouse outline. I grabbed the image that I want. So let's say I want this one. I save it to my computer. Let me see. I save it to my computer, save image as, and I have a folder where I save all the images. And then I go here to the design space, I click upload, and then I upload the image. As you can see, I already have it there, but you search for it in your folders. You upload it here. Let me show you how I did it so you can kind of get an idea. So here I chose the file and I choose complex. I mean, so here you can, simple is like more, I don't know, I guess if it's like if you just want like the outline of a more complex image, you press simple. And then so it explains here how you can select your type. I don't know, I just choose complex even though it's a really simple image. And then here you change the background, so what I want to cut I leave, and what I want to disregard, then I'll click it. In this case, the back I'm going to erase, and the inside part I'm going to erase. So it's only going to cut the little ears and the little head. And we have a preview here, so it'll show how it's going to cut, what exactly it is going to cut. So the little shaded part is what is going to cut. Once you've done all that, then it'll be here. You just select the image and insert the image that you want. So what I did is I sliced the little image because I wanted the letter to kind of be like going with the little ears, so it's kind of together, and I will show you how I did that. So here I have my image, and the way I'm going to delete this section right here is I am going to add a shape. In this case, I'm going to add a circle. So here's my circle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock it so that I can move it exactly where I want, and I want this part to be deleted, so kind of like this. You just kind of place it, so this is what I want left. And then I select these two and I press slice right here. So now what it did, or what it's going to do, it sliced my image, meaning it converted it into these different sections. Now they're individual sections that you can delete. In this case, we have this. We can delete this because we don't need that. We can delete this because we don't need that. And now I have this individual section. That's how I slice it. And now I can add my letters here. So it's the same thing with the hands. I just searched for the image on Google, download it to my computer, upload it to the design space, and then I selected what I wanted cut. And then this is how I'm going to align it. I don't think I'm going to weld them together just because I want to have the option of placing them where I want whenever it cuts. And since it is two different colors, then the welding option, I don't think it is it's appropriate. So what the welding does is that it'll put this two together, make it like one single image. So it'll cut all of this together, all the letters together. So when you cut it, you don't have these two. It'll be just one single image. So if you want to do this in the same color as the little Mickey, then that would be like your best option. Okay, so now I pressed make it, and I want to make sure that all my mats are mirrored. When you are doing heat transfer vinyl, you want to make sure they are mirrored, and you do have the option of placing them in the mat how you like them. Sometimes we have scraps. Well, I have scraps left over that I want to use. So if I have a little space, a little scrap of heat transfer vinyl, then I can place it exactly where I placed it on my mat. So I'm going to start with doing the Mickey here. So I want to make sure that my machine is set to iron on. So this little thing is set to iron on. We have it mirror on, iron on. You have the option to do it fast mode, but if I have time, I'll just let it do just regular. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut, and I will show you guys when I am done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weed out all the excess vinyl that I don't need. Here you can kind of see the shape of the little hand. I still have to weed out the rest. So here I have my cut out little sheets. What I did in the Mickey Mouse, I actually used the inside part, the excess vinyl. So here you can see the little shape of the little ears. And I used this part to for the little hands. So that way I don't waste any paper. So they fit in there, and I just like moved them one here and one here so I don't waste any paper. So I'm gonna do the weeding part. Here's the red of my letters. You can't really see them right now, and I like to do this while I study. It's just relaxing for me. So I'll come back and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I already have all my parts weeded out and separated. What I did is that I ironed the shirt. I like to fold the shirt in half, and then I'll iron it through the back, and it'll create this line that is straight through the middle, and that'll kind of be like my guideline so that it'll be centered. And here I folded it so hot dog wise and then hamburger wise, and I ironed it through the back so it kind of creates these little guidelines. I hope you guys can see it. So then I'll place the vinyl like how I like it, just so I can see if there's something that I want to move, or if I'm missing something, I'll just place it on top. And I'm gonna start by ironing the Minnie Mouse, and I use my iron, and I've said this before, I don't have a heat press, like a fancy heat press, because I only do these for like family or close friends. Like, it's not really a business, but I enjoy doing it. But if you are going to do it for like a business type, then I would recommend getting one of those heat presses. So what I do is that I just press down with my iron. And it works pretty well. Okay, so now we're gonna add the other parts, and I'm gonna do the birthday letters. Once you already have vinyl on your shirt, you want to make sure that I have a Teflon sheet that came with a pack of vinyl that I bought. If you don't have a Teflon sheet, then I would recommend you getting just like a old cloth or something to protect the vinyl, because if you put your iron on top of this one, it'll lift up. So when you're placing the new vinyl, you want to make sure you protect the vinyl that is already there. So you iron on top of this. Okay, so this is the end result. I hope you guys like it. Follow me on my Instagram, _creative_nurse. Thank you for watching.